is up, YouTube? So this video is way overdue. I got in this situation this weekend where I decided it was time to get back to where I started. And my baseball collecting started with this gentleman right here, Don Mattingly. And so if I think back when I first started, this would have been I want to say the first cards I can remember were in a shoebox. And it had to have been I want to say, and Scott always corrects me, we differ on this day. I mean, I think I started collecting in 87, and then I met Big D for life, or Scott Wallace, my next door neighbor, and I want to say 89, 88 maybe, somewhere in there. And I'll never forget, like, I want to say it was a Tony Gwynn, and it wasn't a great Tony Gwynn. It was like an 86 Topps Tony Gwynn, and he ripped me off on it. But we used to look at the newspaper every day, and like I was trying to figure out who I was going to start collecting, and I really liked the Yankees. The Yankees really sucked at this time when I started liking them, but Mattingly was really good, and that's where I started. And so I traded away everything I had to get Mattingly's, and it became my obsession. The first big card I ever got, as a matter of fact, my mom, and I've done a video on this already, my mom took me to a department baseball store at the mall, and I used to look at this card every day. I'd go in there. It was not graded at that time, and I remember I paid $100, or my mom did, to get me this card. And just recently, in Dustin Bellinger's most recent submission, I submitted that for grading. But I decided to take time yesterday and go through this collection, and I really want to start collecting Mattingly again, seriously, kind of like I do Jeter. And I kind of picked up stuff along the way, and I kind of want to tell you the story a little bit. There's a lot to see here and talk through. This might be a little bit of a winded video. I'll try to keep it under 10 minutes. But to kind of give you some framework, this is where I am today. You can see I've got, basically 507 total cards, 216 unique. And you can see how I'm doing this kind of by those locations. But what's cool about this spreadsheet, and I've shown you this guy before, but like I built a table, and so you can slice it by year. Like let's say you want to see how many 89 cards I have. Well, boom, there you go. That's how many 1989 cards of Mattingly I have. And you can see in this column, it tells you how many total, and then the count is what keeps me straight for what's unique. You can see I've got 11 of the 89 Topps. And I'll show you kind of where I was with that in this book. So this book is one of the few pieces of collecting that I still have from when I was a kid. And it's pretty preserved from the way I had it back then and the way I was thinking. And you'll see in the binder here, I mean, this is, newspaper clippings were a big thing. And I remember he struggled with his back so bad at the end of his career. And I don't know what year this article was. I clipped the date, and you can see it's really starting to get ratty. But I mean, this is how meticulous I was with this collection. I found this clipping for the spine, and this is how I viewed it. But I'm sure you guys remember this. So, I mean, you can see 1990. I mean, I was diehard buying Beckett's, and look, Eric Anthony on the back. Boy, he panned out, huh? And then, I've got some pictures in here, and then it's another one of those Beckett's. I mean, if I saw that Beckett anywhere, I'd buy one, Cool picture of Mattingly on the back here that I'd cut out from somewhere, I'm sure. Oh, that's on the back. Oh, check this out. Oh, Big D, check it out. I didn't even know Clark was on the back of that picture. That's pretty cool. Yes, some of the stuff I haven't even, taken out of these sleeves in so long, man. Ooh, that's hard to get back in there. Of course, the coins. And then this is a cutout, too. Another picture of Mattingly. And then the cover of another Beckett, which October of 88, I should go back and get this actual Beckett. It's interesting because, here's that recent Beckett, and I've spent a lot of time reading this. This is just a great article they did here. If you haven't read this, I've seen a lot of guys do videos on it, but the top 80 cards of the 80s, this would be a fun chase. But so I went through this yesterday, and so the binder there's nothing older than 87 in here, and I didn't put all 87s. And what I did is I put this post-it because it just makes it easy when you're flipping through it. But you'll see, like, I used to try to get every single card that, I mean, it didn't matter. If you had a Mattingly, I was going to try to get it from you. Actually, I have this top loaded. There's an error. It's missing the trademark, the TM right here. Let me show you. Yeah, that little TM is missing on the error card. I've got that top loader. I'm not going to show you all the top loads, but just to kind of give you some flavor, I'm not going to go through every page, but you can see I ended up with just multiple duplicates of some of these cards. And I think this is a cool way to arrange your book. So you can see it's, you know, you're in 87, and then we flipped over to 88. So we're in 88 right now. So look, there's score, right? I still love this 88 Fleer. I think that's a great looking card. Wouldn't mind owning that in the PSA 10. Ended up buying the 87 Fleer in a 10 and the Mini. I don't have a PSA 10 of anything rookie related other than the Nashville Sounds card of Mattingly. But my goal is at some point to get that 84 Don Russ, the 84 Fleer, and 84 Topps. I'll probably end up selling this 9 OC to try to get there. You know, and it's interesting. This got this qualifier. You can see it is off center, but got a 9. I'll never understand when they put that and when they don't. I feel like they're not consistent with that. But just a cool way to organize it. Look, 89 Topps, ton of those. 89 Fleer. And you'll see, like, I want to show you something because I feel like my collection really started to kind of dwindle after we got into like 91, 92. So 90, I was really heavy into this, like you can see, and probably the worst possible time to start collecting. I mean, some of these cards are probably not worth the paper they're printed on, but still fun. Look, collectabooks. Those are fun. Look, that's a box bottom there. I cut that out myself. Stadium Club. I think I was starting to dwindle a little bit with some of that stuff. 91. Still collecting a little bit. Not as heavy as I was. And, you know, I think this is even now. Like, we go through phases of buying cards and not. By 92, I was still collecting, but it was definitely tailing off. And then by 93, just about done. Like, I didn't even. Most of these cards after 93, I've picked up along the way. And a lot of this stuff is top loaded now. But you'll see. There's just gaps. Went from 96 to 2003, not a single card in the binder. Then 2005, 2009, 2012, 2013. And this is about when I get back in it, like 16, 17, 18. I actually got back into it in 15. And all the top loaded stuff is down in there. Not a whole lot to see in there, but I pulled out these cards because I thought this was the coolest of the stuff. Just recently got this from Jerome. I actually have 2 autos of Mattingly. So I've got this one that I just bought from Yankees Cards, Jerome, which is just a sick card. And then I don't know when I bought this, when I first started getting back into it, but looks like someone may have either TTM'd this or done it at a game and then sent it off to get it authenticated. But it's pretty cool having that post serial card autoed. This came from, what's his name? I can't even think of his name, but he sent it to me in a care package, and I was really confused by this card for a while. You can see this card is actually 1987, and it, even though it says 83, it's I'd never seen it before when he gave it to me. But I think getting back into this collection and really starting to hit it hard again. And the dilemma is, do you go after trying to get some filler back in here for some years are missing, or do I go after some PSA 10s again? I'll probably do a little bit of both, and I really want to try to get some of these before they get out of control. Like, this one's already just outrageous. Like, that's going to be a tough card to get in a 10 for me. Like, the cost is just so much. It's going to have to be a one-time gift to myself around Christmas that includes a birthday or something. The 84 Topps is very reasonable. You can still get one for $200, and I'd love to have a Fleer graded. I almost sent one off in this recent submission, and I just decided not to. But that's the story. Under 10 minutes. I appreciate you guys watching. Again, I'm at 216, so not quite at the qualifying level. I believe we kind of set it at 250. I'll get there soon, and then it'll be fun. I'll alternate between this and the Jeter. And you can see I kept my Jeters on the same spreadsheet here. Hard to believe that I ended up with more Jeters than Mattinglys. I never dreamed that. Cool. All right. Hope you guys have a great day. Peace.